Microphone check 1 2 1 2. We got some people in the chat checking you out. How's it going, everybody? Ultra Maximus here. Pickup time. Hope y'all can hear me clearly over top of my desktop audio, and I'm trying to make sure that that audio is taken care of and turned down. Cherokee Metal, good to see everybody in the chat today. Hope y'all doing well on this fine Sunday. I've got a swing set that I'm putting together for my kids, so I got some stuff going on that I need to just get this video done and get out there and get to work. Appreciate the share, man. Really do. Shout out to Discovery Bay Comics. And dude, mic is hot. All right, let me see if I can turn the mic down a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I don't want to turn it down too far. But I need to get a microphone audio mixing software that I like a lot more, because the one that I'm working with right now is not really my favorite. But thank y'all for joining me live for this Raw Report pickup. And basically, yeah, let's get into some pickups. Let's see what old Maximus dug out, huh? We got a stack, so it's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna like some stuff, hopefully. And if you don't like it, well, I don't know if I can do anything about that. Too low, sorry. Oh, okay. Mic is too low. How about now? Hopefully now the mic is better. All right. Well, one of these days I'll get a nice mixer that goes right on the side that I can fine-tune some things, because even with the headphones I can't hear it. Good right there? Okay, perfect. Alright, so let's check it out. So let's start things off with some pickups of not new books. So this is going to be pickups of stuff that I've already, back issue binned, or something that I went and picked up online on eBay. But let's start it off with one of my favorites. This right here, Department of Truth, #1, third print. You know what? It's going to be a little bit hard to see on some of this. So let me see. Let me see if I can get a better view. Let's take that guy off. There we go. All right, so now you guys can see what I got going on right here. Yeah, I'm using the Streamlabs OBS, so I'll look into that, man. I appreciate that, JB. So here we got Department of Truth, #1, third print. So as you guys know, this one just had a little bit of news as far as being optioned by the Murdochs of all people. Getting into a bidding war for it, but whatever. I think it's very interesting that that book is being optioned so quickly. But I got to admit, it is some of the best comic book reading that I've had in a while. Now, this one's a sleeper spec pick for me. So you guys know there's a lot of rumors about who's going to show up in WandaVision, and we don't know. Like, none of us really actually know. We still got 3 episodes left, but let's see in these final 3 episodes if the man, the myth himself, the old Mephisto, if he shows up. This right here is the Doctor Strange Damnation #1, John Tyler Christopher, trading card variant of Mephisto. And on the back cover, it actually has a whole bunch of stats. So it's actually a very, very cool little variant there. And then, of course, you guys know that I am very much, very bullish on this redheaded lady right here, the Phoenix. So was able to nab a good auction on this Avengers #40, 1 in 50 hidden gem variant from Art Adams, but I had to supplement that. And this right here, even though she's on the back of the wraparound cover, this is the 1 in 500 Marvel Legacy #1 Diodato variant. And that was a collection grail for me. I was really after that book once they debuted a new Phoenix and said, basically there's a lot of backstory. She's the Phoenix of 1 million BC, so I was like, oh, I'm all in. But continuing to pick up some more Avengers books. I've got some other cool stuff. This right here, not very highly ordered, but this is the Avengers #700 second printing. or AKA Avengers number 10. This is Legacy 700, as they said. So this is basically just showing a whole bunch of things going on with the Wolver Phoenix and all things to come too. Like it gave us a prelude of Moon Knight too before it ever even happened. So whoever was working with Jason Aaron, during this run and showing all this gave us a really, really cool cover. So I don't know the content of what it sells for on the aftermarket. This is just, when I go through a store and I see something for a good, like a good artistic cover, if it's cover price, I'm probably grabbing it. And most of these, honestly, are cover price or less. But continuing to pick up a spec play of my own, more on this wonderful Deadpool number 2. The golden Elsa Bloodstone on it, though, is just one of those things that, it's a chase of mine. And then, so we're going to start to get a little bit more into some cool stuff. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot of variants, but the ones that he does do, this right here is the Savage Avengers number 13 Boss Logic variant. He also did that Sins Rising Norman Osborn or whatever. But I did pick up 2 copies of this one. I'm going to try to grade these because they appear to be perfecto, if you know what I mean. So when they're high grade like that, I definitely go after it. Now, an online order, another online order. Okay, so this was the last back issue dive that I got, and then this one was just a pick for reasons. This is David Nakayama doing Ultimates number 4's regular cover. No variants for that one. So just a really cool cover. And then another spec play of mine. This right here is Fantastic Four number 24. It is not the second print, though. This, however, is the Walmart variant. So you can tell by the barcode on the back, of course, and of course the golden Fantastic Four logo on top. So the next 2, I am shocked because I see that this thing is selling for over $100. So might have to sell one of mine. But the Killmonger number 1 second print variant apparently has reached the stratosphere, and we don't know if it's coming down anytime soon. So it's really funny. So the last 4 books are actually all second prints. So you got those 2 there, and then this one right here was just a pickup of mine. Hot Shots number 1 second print. Kind of a all-female team, but led by Domino with other people on it. Thanks for joining us here. And if you found it in your recommendation, that's amazing. That means I'm breaking algorithms. So Shiny, you've discovered my channel, and I really appreciate you stopping by. This is the Raw Report, man. I just talk about some pickups, and I do a couple other things here. Tonight I got a little video called the Secret Variant, which is going to give you an overview of the books that are on FOC. So, and then of course another lucky purchase that I lucked into here, and I'm noticing auctions starting to go up where a parallel thinking was done. So we recorded the video for the prospective list, and this was a book that I picked, and we all vote on the books. Basically, there's an Excel spreadsheet, and we vote on what books we think are good potential growth. This was the number 1 on the last week's list, and it was actually a book that I had purchased myself. Shout out to Gary Nusser, the Comic Perspective, who also in a parallel thinking method was in agreement with me that we have a situation with America Chavez where she's probably going to be coming. I'm seeing more and more of the Ultimates pieces in the MCU as far as live action. But even if she doesn't come, this is still America Chavez's first variant cover is tied for 3 different books. You have the regular O'Malley variant, you have the Scotty Young variant, and then you have the second print O'Malley for Young Avengers number 1. She did appear in a picture next to Kid Loki and Wiccan. Of course she's in Doctor Strange too. We know that. But the fun part is that letting the beat build naturally without being like, oh, she's coming. But I do see some things, but there's less than 5,000 of that second print for number 1 for Young Avengers number 1. So I bought that off of eBay before we did the list, and I knew we were doing the list, and I was like, yeah, this is my own spec play. So let me put this on the list and talk to my friends about it, and they obviously were in agreement with me because that book is taken off again. So amazing, I can't believe it, but there it is. But yeah, the Marvel .1 is going to be the first cover. Even though Vengeance #1, we should always have regard for Vengeance #1 is going to be the big book for her. So basically, guys, those were right there were all the books that I either got online through a mail call or back issue bin diving in my local stores. The remainder is going to be all the stuff that I picked up on New Comic Book Day. So let's get into it. So I am digging these design variants for a few of the characters that I read. Kudos to anybody who is doing a complete run of DC design variants, including all the ratios, including all that, the one per store. Like they did that one per store Batman 92. So that's going to be like extremely, a big chase for people. And then even though this one didn't come out this past week, I still bought it because they ordered it in for me. But this is Batman The Adventures Continue. Number 8. So it's the final issue of the series, and it's not the variant. There is actually a variant to this one, but this one is the Merca and Dolfo regular cover. And I bought it because of the Merca and Dolfo artwork. And shout out to the chat right now. We got Dre at Barnhouse Comics talking about they're changing her origin. Most likely, and I can kind of see that. I don't know if they're going to continue to make her an alien, but we'll see about that. One of my picks from this week, of course, due to the wonderful story with Conan and Conan's symbiote and Deadpool and Night Flyer, and just basically an all-around good read, in my opinion, was this Savage Avengers number 18. Here is the Super Log variant. And then let's see here, and so someone said, Shiny said that he wants to see some great Transformers. Hey man, me too. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing it in the comics right now. Maybe Beast Wars will deliver, but so this right here is definitely 90s nostalgia for me, and I definitely had to pick it up just because of the nostalgia. Because I live, shout out to the guys on Modern Comic Mayhem last night who were talking about this book, and I basically explained that I live in this era of X-Men. 85 to 95 is like my era of X-Men stories. Those are the X-Men stories that cater to me the most, the ones that I know, because those are the ones that just really kind of stuck with me. And then of course, Adam Extreme, definitely pivotal 90s right there, in the fact that they're making him a Summers, which is something that of kind of a retcon. But we'll see what X-Men Legends has for us, because they're supposed to be delivering us more 1990s X-Men content in that time frame before X-Men 39. So basically before the death of Professor X that launched the Age of Apocalypse and the whole Legion story, that Legion Quest story and stuff like that. Before all that, these are going to be stories that take place in that era, which for some of us, the X-Men 92 era is really, really big. But continuing on down the list, and of course I got the regular cover and I read it and I didn't understand why people were asking such ungodly amounts for the Finch. So I'm hoping that Finch kind of calms down a little bit to whereas it's a 1 in 50 incentive, so I can get it, and we're in a hyper market right now. So the 1 in 50 incentive, I'm comfortable like at ratio or less, but it's stratosphere right now still. So, but I read the issue, and again, I didn't see anything that was really pivotal as far as warranting the stupid asking prices. So we'll see if it comes down. Now, this one I bought 2 copies of because reasons. Not that it has anything to do in the book, but just as far as the artwork on the cover. Phil Noto absolutely crushing it with this new Cable number 8, Domino and Cable, and as you know, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. And so picked up a second copy of it too. So it's a again Phil Noto cover, just real legit hitting for me. So that's why I definitely had to do it. See, Shiny says there's so many books I want to get in Star Wars, get deeper to Marvel and DC and many more. Hey, there's rabbit holes for everybody, my man. Now, this one is also a spec pick this week for me. So, out this week, or last week, basically, was MODOK Head Games number 3. So, there was your regular cover. And, of course, this was where they utilized poor old Gwenpool for just a plot device. But she works as a plot device, because it's kind of like she is the reality breaker. But I doubled up on that one. So there's that. Now, I could have sworn I said I was done with all the stuff that came through the mail, but I lied. And I don't know if I did that. I didn't do it intentionally, of course. But I did organize these books in a fashion to try to talk about them. And I think I am missing. Oh, so yeah, these are a little out of order. So, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. All right, so this right here, probably the talk of the town. Taskmaster number 3, Shane Davis variant. It's a 1 in 25. I was able to nab one before the hype hit, and man, oh man. So I don't know if I should send this thing for grading or if I should, flip it now, because it's at that point it's a it's an expensive book. So it will be a book that I'll probably look at the potential either ability to flip or grade, and keep me keep posted for that kind of stuff. Now, another book I had to wait in the mail for, and of course, still a new release from 2 weeks ago, is The Sword number 3, 1 in 25 incentive variant. And of course, we get our second appearance of a nullified Cable, basically in a one-page splash page at the end of each book. It happened in the last issue, so it's like, man. Yeah, I see people saying it could be yesterday's quick news, but also it's a low print of a new character's first appearance. That's probably going to have him on the second print variant, but who knows? We'll see. So this one was actually put back on the shelf, and this one's a challenge for me because it had a spine break, and that's why somebody put it back. So I'm gonna try to press this one up and see if I can take care of it, which I probably can. But someone put it back, so I had to nab it. And this is of course the Black Cat, King in Black number 2, cover A, with her in the anti-venom suit. And even though the anti-venom suit only lasted momentarily, it's still Black Cat in an anti-venom suit. So, all right, now I got to give a shout out to Mighty Mel V, because Mighty Mel V sent me a little care package. So when he sent me this care package, it basically arrived just in time for me to complete the set. So there you go. You got the number 1 set, right? And then continuing on with that wonderful flavor would be my 2 pair. And this 2 pair, as you guys could probably imagine, is the Campbells. So I hear a lot of people are dissatisfied with this series because it's 3 issues, and I guess the pacing of it isn't what they're liking, the writing of it isn't what they're liking. But it's eye candy. I mean, it's really what it's supposed to be. Is you're seeing Gwenum and you're seeing a Mary Jane Carnage fight it out. They had her transform at the very last panel of issue number 1. And then, of course, the 2 of them together. Yeah, Aaron Yee, thanks, man. I know I know you were on that book, and we were all debating on whether or not I was going to jump in, and but back to the story. For me, I actually dig this story because it's basically a 5-issue miniseries jammed into 3. And that's probably why the pacing is off for some people. They might not be too keen on it as far as that goes, but doesn't really, I don't think it's doing too bad, but I'm going to give it the fair shake. All right. And I try to give everything miniseries wise or new story arc what's called the fair shake, which is the fair shake read. So I try to let them finish the arc first, and then I'll go back and read all 5 issues or 3 issues or 4 issues of the arc or whatever it is, and take it from there. And if we do have a situation where it's good like that, fantastic. But we'll see what happens. And I know there's a variant cover coming up. I do need to get the 1 in 10 design variant still if I'm going to complete the set, because it looks like I'll probably have to go after the set. Oh, and I didn't sleep on the Planet of the Symbiotes book either. I know the American Kaiju that's coming out. Venomized. I don't think I picked it up, but I know it's on my read pile. So as far as my digital read pile, so I'm gonna take a look at that. Thanks for the shout out and recommendation there, Cherokee Metal. So that is going to do it. Other than I ain't got nothing else. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who's joined live and tuned into this live broadcast. I really appreciate you guys checking this out live. So later on tonight, of course, around 10 o'clock, I'll be dropping a secret variant. If you can tune in to do my, join me for the FOC review, fantastic. If you can't, catch me on Rewind. Just make sure you watch it and get your list into your LCS tomorrow in order to get your order secured. And so let's see here. What do I got to do? So let me jump on over to my slide. So you guys joined me for an awesome session of pickups, and I really thank you for joining me for that. And also, you know, when it comes to being Ultra Maximus, there's a couple of places you can find me. You can find me on IG, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Facebook. U1 Maximus on IG and Facebook, and then Ultra Maximus at X, Ultra Maximus X on Twitter. Guys, thank you so much. I'm at 375 subscribers and climbing. Shout out to everybody who watched the video today. If you aren't subscribed, if you could, give me a little bit of click on that subscription button so you get, and of course hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. Because the next episode of the Raw Report may be the one that has some info for you, where I might just drop a speculation matrix, which is where I try to talk about spec and a little bit of those things. But the secret variant, of course, is the one I gave you a premonition for later. The ability to share this video is much appreciated. Leaving a comment below is much appreciated. And of course, anytime you do subscribe to anything that I am on, I greatly appreciate the clicks and the watches. And of course, speaking of subscribing to other places where I tend to dwell, please make sure to check out the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser over on the Tales from the Flip Side. I try to drop that one 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, and it's basically a report of all the books that come out on Wednesday. And that'll be on Tales from the Flip Side, so make sure you are subscribed to that YouTube channel for some of the greatest content in comic book and entertainment. And of course, there's tons of other shows on that channel that you really need to be checking out, and make sure you are subscribed to them. But then, of course, got to give a massive thanks out to a couple of people. First off and foremost, Mighty Mel V. And this is the adult show, so for you younger cats, you might want to get your parents' permission to subscribe to this channel, but we go live at 12:30 a.m. Saturday mornings, basically Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, that's where I'm going to be dropping a variant edition of the Raw Report Speculation Matrix. And I appreciate, of course, anybody liking and sharing and subscribing over there. And I want to give a big ups to WannaComics.com for their exclusives and some of their assistance in some of my orders, and for some of the stuff to give away on some of my shows. So much appreciated. And then, of course, Mr. Eric Hurd S. Eric on IG, responsible for some of my graphics. And, of course, the soundtrack is provided by White Bat Audio. Appreciate you guys tuning in again. This has been a fantastic show, and let me just get back over to the chat matrix and see if I missed anything else on my way out. Let's see what y'all are doing over here. So it doesn't appear like y'all been talking too much in the last couple of seconds, or the chat hasn't loaded. But either way, again, I appreciate you guys checking out these streams live. It means the world to me, and I will tune in for